It's been requested, and I'm going to do another Cooking with Grimley show, but today I have a special guest helper, Gory Curdy. She's here. She's actually holding the camera right now. She brought her own camera with her. So, today we're going to do a beef stroganoff. Now, naturally, you can substitute any kind of meat you want. I'm doing a pretty big recipe today because there's 4 of us. We got 85% lean, fresh ground beef, 2 pounds of it. We got a full pound of the sliced mushrooms. We're going to have 3 medium onions. 2 of them are already prepped. Got to chop that one up. In my pan, I've already put roughly 4 tablespoons of olive oil and 4 teaspoons of butter. Such fun. It's joy. We're also obviously going to need good old sour cream. And last but not least, you'll need 2/3 of a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Now, obviously, you can substitute ketchup for this using beef if that amuses you. I like Worcestershire better than ketchup.
Exactly.
Ah, see? And the assistant speaks up. So, I'm going to finish prepping this onion. Now, believe it or not, when you go to chop an onion, people try and peel this down this way. It's a pain in the butt. I've watched Rachel Ray a lot. Pay attention to what she does. She didn't mention this. Cut it in half. And then, peeled onion.
You can do the same thing with garlic and it works very well.
So, peel, peel, peel. Let's take off an extra layer. That's the one nice thing about doing it this way. You can pull off as many layers as you want. So that's roughly 3 medium onions. Now you can back this recipe down and cut it in half, and instead of the 3 medium onions, you'll go with just 1 large onion. I'm going to have my assistant Gory step in and finish the chopping.
Hey guys, this is Gory Curry, and I'm about to chop the onions. One thing I liked about being over at Grimley's house, seeing him and his mom, is they have this awesome chopper. I'm so not trying to do a commercial for this, I just like it. So I'm just doing the chopping. But I like this thing. It's automatically graded. It's easy. So I'm going to try this out. I have never done this before, folks. I'm sorry. That is just too difficult. It's not too bad. You just need to give it a good push. I'm probably going to shake it like this to move some of that over. Now, that only took a second. I love this thing already. And my hands are clean. This is finally chopped. I thought it was awesome.
No more tears, onions.
And there's absolutely, just like Grimley said, absolutely, positively no tears. I'm not crying. And normally I cry with onions. You would think you would think it's some sort of, like I'm watching a soap opera or something, but it works. I think it's great.
Okay. So, gotta love the chopper and a hopper. I don't worry about nothing. I still, I'm used to it. Now you go get your oil heated up some, melt down the butter. That's just 2 different kinds of oil mixing together. And I always buy the sliced mushrooms that are pre-cleaned, ready to use.
It's easy.
And We have our marvelous diced onions. I'm going to put them in first.
Diced by Goody Goody. I love how you pronounced my name right.
Not that hard. Just pronounce it as it's spelled. G-O-R-I-G-K-U.
R-I. Well, K-U-R-I, it's a, or that
There's a
sound.
D in there.
Yeah, there is a D in there in the pronunciation.
Now I drop the onions in first because that gives more space in the pan to break them up.
Right.
Because while it dices, it doesn't separate. This is not the Playtex bra which lifts and separates.
It smells good already.
Well, onion sauteing always smells good.
Oh, definitely.
My duck.
You had to move that for the camera earlier.
Everything's bubbling along. Oh look, Anna recipe, 2-cheese vegetable pizza.
Oh, on the little plastic piece that's over there.
Yes.
Okay,
3 recipes on the back.
right there.
And 2-cheese mixed vegetable pizza. There we go. That's what I need.
But that's not what we're doing today.
This may look overloaded, but remember, folks, when you saute and tenderize mushrooms this way, mushrooms shrink.
Absolutely.
They take up less space. So this is going to take a few minutes. So we're going to go to sort of a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll go on to the next step. Now, while we're still waiting for our mushrooms and onions to finish sauteing, I thought I'd do another little cooking tip with Grimly. Now you sit around, you put butter on things like toast and whatnot, not necessarily the best thing for your health. Or you get some nice hot bread, instead of putting butter on it, you can do something different. Good old olive oil. Now olive oil by itself, while it's quite nice and tasty, you can improve it. And in this case, I partially filled up a separate bottle. And now I can flavor it by putting in good old garlic. The garlic will sink in here and flavor your olive oil. Now this trick can be used with almost any spice. Rosemary is another good choice too. You take it, cork it. Of course, my cork didn't want to stay in, but hey. But you cork it, and you put it on your windowsill. As time goes by, the garlic will sink to the bottom. Now you can do this with almost any spice. And it will flavor your oil nicely. So you can have flavored olive oil done the inexpensive way, at home. So time has passed. Now if you look in here, you'll see the mushrooms have reduced quite a bit. They've browned up some. The onions are nice and soft. So, what we got to do now is get ready for our beef. So, scoop out this stuff here. Now you're going, well, why are you doing that? Well, number one, they're done. But it's a pain in the ass to get all this stuff out. And rather than waste good stuff, just drop it in a bowl and put your meat in.
And it frees up the...
catches all the good stuff that you couldn't necessarily get.
It frees up the pan, too.
Well,
yeah.
it gets all the goodies that are left behind. The caramelized onion.
Oh, yeah, the flavor.
Helps flavor the beef. One has to love that. Now this, of course, will put more oil in the pan because it's only 85% lean. Now, 80% lean is the healthiest for you, obviously. Or, sorry, 95% lean. Or 93 is it? I don't know.
Something like that.
80% is the tastiest.
Exactly.
Fat is tasty. Can't help it. Humans like it. So, now, you don't necessarily have to use beef for this. You could use ground turkey.
Yeah.
I saw a recipe for this stroganoff with chicken instead.
Just today we saw that.
So, you're not required to use beef. And remember, I doubled up on this recipe. Because I haven't really eaten today.
Yeah, you haven't.
And I want to find out what it's like with some leftovers on it. I know what my slumgullion tastes like the next day. I know what my balsamic chicken tastes like the next day. Dang, that gets better overnight too.
More flavorful the way it goes?
Oh,
yeah. Mm.
And the rice gets more saturated. I was, you know what my stoop is like. I have to do that for you sometime.
We almost did that one, folks.
I can make a pot of that stuff that lasts me personally a week.
His mom was joking that it lasts 3 weeks because it always seemed like it. I thought that was funny.
Oh God, not stew, my God!
Exactly.
So. Yes, we've been having lots of silly fun here today. Gory's getting me to try goat cheese.
Change is good.
I like feta cheese. Feta cheese is
Then you'll probably like goat cheese. I promise.
There are a couple of different ways to drain this stuff. Actually, I don't think it needs draining because it's that lean. But I'm going to drain it because we are trying to reduce the amount of fat. Now you could try my olive oil. Buy it by the big can, it's cheaper. Now you can try and hold a lid over it, but that's a pain in the butt. Handy dandy strainer. You're going to use it anyway because you're doing a stroganoff, you need egg tools. So, why not just use it that way? And, oh look, as it's browning up more, I am getting more oil in here. When you stop moving it, it's like, oh look, it's seeping out now.
It does.
So, now why did I go with a ground beef stroganoff, you might ask?
Because I wanted it that way?
Partly. Partly because there's ones for sliced beef. And my knife skills suck. Why do you think I have the chopper and a hopper?
I love that thing.
I'll slice my fingers to heck and back.
That's my job, Grimly.
Uh-huh.
Usually.
So,
Grimly's mom just mentioned you can also use, what is it, chopped round?
Well, just like stew meat, but a better grade of stew meat.
A better grade of stew meat would also work, she said.
by the way, if you hadn't noticed, when I dumped this in here, more fluid went with it. Fluid is good. Now this may seem like a very high cholesterol dinner. Hey, you'd probably be right, because we're using real sour cream. I figured for the first time making this, let's go for the gusto. But we have decided to cut down on cholesterol somewhat. No yolk egg noodles, cholesterol free.
Awesome.
Free egg white pasta. Cholesterol free egg white pasta. So we're good here. I got my pot over here.
Record.
I got my pot over here, and I just turned it on to get it boiling because I'm getting to a point where everything's going to come together kind of quick.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get everything together, I want to be ready to serve rather than let it sit forever in a day. So I got my water boiling, got my noodles here. Now, I'm going to drain my beef and start putting the rest of the ingredients in. Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. Okay, as you can see, my meat is drained. Now you're going to take 2 tablespoons of flour, sprinkle it over it. I use the gravy flour. Okay, 2 tablespoons of that. 2/3 cup of water. Four tablespoons.
Now this is the stuff I love.
Where's the sheer sauce?
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh.
One for good measure.
No,
Another.
Just a little bit more. Maybe another teaspoon.
I like the flavor anyway. It's all good with me.
Yes, but have you had it with sour cream?
I'm trying to remember. I might have.
So, get your heat back going again. I've turned everything off. Now while the liquid's in here, I'm going to mix this up and get the flour working on the gravy. With what I put in, it'll mix nice and easy so you don't have any white spots left. That means your flour's mixed in. And
Yeah, no lumps. Look, Mom, no lumps.
then you take back your
Mixture of onion and mushroom.
mix, mix, mix.
Mm-hmm.
And fluids that were part of that too.
Caramelized onions. It'll work. It looks good already.
Doesn't it though?
It does.
And we get to add sour cream to this.
Ooh.
Can you hear my arteries hardening? You don't know. It's getting thicker.
As it should.
Now, I was supposed to put only 16 ounces of sour cream in this. Normally 8 ounces, because I'm done with half the recipe. And oh goody, she got me an extra 8 ounces.
We're
This
being
was-
generous today. Yes.
This is Gory's idea.
Mm-hmm.
Handy dandy scissors, because I hate fighting with these. Safety. Isn't it sad we have to put safety items on our foods today?
Can you say that again?
So, water's about boiling.
And I'm hungry.
And here I thought you were Gory. There you go, living life. So, this is all nice and mixed up, ready to go. So, I'm going to reduce the heat to just about a low. And oh, come out already. Why not use the spatula? It's all going to mix there anyway.
As he commanded, it shall be done.
We shall just mix this all in. Into the sink with that.
Off with you. There we go. Oh, this will go with the noodles very well.
Nice and creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad I can't do Russian accent.
I wish I could do one too. All I can do is South Indian. All I know, it's going to taste pretty good. I'm telling you now. So good it's going to taste.
Well, it helps that you speak Indian too.
Oh, speak Hindi? Yeah. Love the language, love the culture.
Now, if you wanted to be obnoxious, you can put some curry in here too.
I don't think we're going that route.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
So, it's all good here. As you can tell, I'm a slob when it comes to cooking.
Oh, just a few here and there. You're sharing with the stove, that's all.
So we'll put this on low just to keep it hot. And cover it up. I stay low because that's the setting of my stove.
Right.
Well, all I have to do now is get the egg noodles done and combine them.
Hi folks, it's me, Gory Gertie, again. It was Grimley's mom that suggested the no yolks. I thought it was a great idea. I've actually done stroganoff once before, but it's been so long ago, I feel like I forgot how it tastes, or at least the fresh kind. Anyway, we'll be doing, there should be enough water for 2 bags. And again, as Grimley has stated, we doubled the recipe. We're all eating good. Seriously.
There's a spoon behind me. Get up, look to your right. Go round and round and look to your right again. Do you see the fish bowls? The copper on the wall. The other wall.
Okay. It looks like it needs more water.
Stir it up.
Anyway. I'm looking very forward to this. I didn't think we had enough water. But of course, Grimley was right. There's enough water for all this. This stuff cooks fairly fast. Oh! 10 to 12 minutes. Not bad at all. Doesn't take too long to prepare.
Now if you want to, you can also make them butter egg noodles like the recipe suggests, and put butter in the pan after you drain them. Then mix it up, but we're going to avoid the extra cholesterol because we're killing ourselves with the sour cream.
Yeah, we sacrificed in one area and bumped it up in another. And now, since the noodles are done, we'll just drain the noodles.
And there we have it. It tastes a whole lot better than it looks, but hey, it's beef stroganoff. With a little side of peas, pearl onions, so manja. I know we are. Have an adequate day.